What is up, though, Lions fans, and for the NFC North fans, howdy. If you are an NFC North fan, just a Chicago Bears fan, or a Green Bay Packer fan, or a Vikings fan, I'm not saying what up, though, to you. It's a Detroit thing. Hey, you're not from Detroit. But anyway, when you see me in front of TV, you know one thing's for certain and three things are for sure. Number one, the Motor City Cats are indeed back at it. Number two, we came to give you stats and not none of that static. And number three, we want to make sure you keep your Lions and your NFC North news pragmatic because this is the NFC North report week number 7 for the Chicago Bears. Chicago. Anyway, I don't know why I did that. I'm just giving y'all some love because this was a game in which the Chicago Bears won handedly. There was a situation last week, I believe it was, where Troy Aikman got a lot of hate. Troy Aikman got a lot of hate because he was talking about Caleb Williams in a light that was seen as negative. And then when he came out, Osama bin Johnson, okay, if you're a Bears fan, just know that your coach is a terrorist. And you beg for him to come from Detroit to save your franchise, which is, yeah, you know what I mean? Like a divisional rival coach, you begging him to come save your franchise. That's type weak, right? Anyway, he is a terrorist, so I call him Osama bin Johnson. I do not say his name without the Osama in front. He came out and he was talking about, yeah, I saw that and blah, 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 backhanded shots at Troy Aikman. And I've been saying since Caleb Williams was drafted that he's got the tools, but he's got to put it together. And in a game where y'all won 26-14, Caleb Williams' stat line was 15 of 26. You like that? 11 incompletions on 26 attempts. Okay. If I'm doing the math, hold on, let me do the quick math here. What is the percentage? We're gonna figure this out. Hold on 1 second, because I just want to know here. Okay. That's 57.6 now for 57.7%. Is that what you want in your quarterback? I don't know. You tell me. So 15 to 26, which is 57.7% completion percentage, 172 yards, which again is less than 200 yards. I just said the same thing about Jordan Love. Okay. Jordan Love threw for 179. Okay. On 19 completions. Okay. He was 19 for 29. Caleb Williams was 15 for 26. 172 yards over here, 179 yards over there. And Caleb Williams also threw one interception without a touchdown. Okay. Now, again, you get the criticism, you push back on the criticism as your own quarterback. So here's something that I did as a Lions fan, and I'll just help you guys out. When Jared Goff came to the Detroit Lions, hated him, didn't want him on the team because there was a narrative going around about him being thrown into the trade as a throwaway because Sean McVay had given up on him, which he did. And because Sean McVay is the foremost, ball knower in the coaching ranks, supposedly, if he gives up on you, then you're no good. Well, Jared Goff said, not so fast, my friend. And Jared Goff was empowered, and Jared Goff evolved, and he became who he is now, which is an MVP candidate. So for those of you Bears fans and you Packers fans who don't want to be honest about what you're seeing from your quarterback, you're not helping your quarterback. I was honest about what I saw from my quarterback, and I think the criticism helped, not my personal criticism, right? Obviously, athletes feed off of criticism, right? Unless they're mentally, broken and, I can't say the word that I'm looking to say, but be real with your quarterback and be real about your quarterback. Now, I'm a Jared Goff guy because Jared Goff showed me evolvement. He evolved and he changed and he got so much better than what he was when he came here. But Caleb Williams still is not doing well in your offense. He is not consistent at all, right? He didn't have a great game here. He wasn't doing what he needed to do. Just a week after, or we should say 6 days after, Troy Aikman gave him all that criticism last Monday night. And y'all were looking at him like it wasn't warranted. Okay. Spencer Rattler, on the other hand, a guy who's I've always thought was trash, throws 20 of 32 for 233 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. The 3 interceptions that Spencer Rattler threw, the 2 interceptions. You take away 2 of those interceptions, Chicago doesn't explode for 17 points in the second quarter. And what's the outcome of the game? The Saints could have won it, right? It could have been 26-28. It could have happened. Could have gone to overtime, whatever. But you take away those 2 interceptions, and that's your game. So shout out to Chicago's defense, who has been playing a whole lot better. Chicago's defense has been turning the football over in this stretch where they've been winning games, okay? The Chicago defense has been getting in and sacking the quarterback in the stretch that they've been winning games. The Chicago defense has been playing complementary football to the Chicago offense, okay? DeAndre Swift is out here amazingly looking like a number 1 running back. As I told people, he just didn't want to be in Detroit. He's always had the talent. He's always had the ability. But in Detroit, he was soft. And he didn't want to be here. He didn't want to play. And, and that's why we got him up off the team. Okay? DeAndre Swift, 19 carries for 124 yards and a touchdown. Okay? DeAndre Swift going over 100 yards a game in Detroit was laughable. Right? Like, if you said, oh, he's going to go for 100 yards in this game, we would laugh at you. DeAndre Swift's first 1,000-yard season was when he left Detroit and went home to Philadelphia. He did not sniff a 1,000-yard season in Detroit because DeAndre Swift would get nicked up in game number 1 and be hurt for the entire season or hindered for the entire season. The tops of his yardage in Detroit was like 683 one season. So when I tell you DeAndre Swift did not want to be in Detroit, I know what I'm talking about. But anyway, as I said, 19 carries, 124 yards, and a touchdown for DeAndre Swift. So good game for him. DJ Moore, 3 receptions, 43 yards. That was your top receiver. Okay? That was your top receiver. Whereas on the other side, the top receiver was Chris Olave, 5 receptions, 98 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Alvin Kamara had 11 carries for 28 yards. That's not great running the football. So again, shout out to Chicago Bears defense. Their defensive line put in work, right? Their defensive line put in work stopping Alvin Kamara, and their secondary put in work stopping Spencer Rattler. I mean, you don't really have to put in work. Spencer Rattler is garbage. And the fact that Tyler Shuck, or whatever his name is, can't beat out Spencer Rattler shows you how terrible he is. All right. It looks like all the combine videos were real. Okay. All right. Let's look at the defensive stats to see what the Bears did. All right. So let's go down here. Sack by Tremaine Edmonds. Sack by Kyler Gordon. Sack by Jaquan Brisker. Sack by Montez Sweat. That's 4 sacks of Spencer Rattler. Okay? 4 sacks, lots of pressure, and also that led to 3 interceptions. So it is what it is. All right, Tremaine Edmonds had an interception, Nishan Wright had an interception. Kevin Byard had an interception. The usual suspects, right? Okay. Edmonds has been he's does well with interceptions at the linebacker position. So shout out to the Chicago Bears defense getting better and playing and gelling and all these other things. So I think Dennis Allen really has those boys doing what they need to do. Um, as far as the Saints, how much pressure did they get on Caleb Williams? Let's see here. Chase Young had half a sack, and Brian Bresee had half a sack. That's it, right? So they converged on Caleb Williams one time, and obviously that's all they were able to do. So Caleb Williams still elusive. He's still difficult to get down. Still very ugly runner of the football. Look, he's got a long way to go. He's got a long way to go. And this is the reason why I say that the Bears are not contenders in the NFC North. I mean, they're going to be, I think they're contending for third place in the NFC North. Right now, I believe they're better than the Vikings. The Vikings don't have a quarterback. They don't, right? So the Vikings defense can be as good as it wants to be, unless the Vikings defense is going to start holding people to 3 points or like 10 maximum, I should say. They're going to lose a lot more games. So that's pretty much it. As I said, the NFC North right now, as it stands, is the Lions and the Packers. That's the race for who's going to win the NFC North. Now, unless something drastically changes throughout these weeks, and that's why we do it every week, so we can have an update of what the NFC North looks like. The Chicago Bears are on, I think they're on a 4-game winning streak right now. They're 4-2. Yeah, I think they started out 0-2. Yep, they did, because the Lions put 52 on them. And they haven't lost since then. So they're 4-2. The Saints, again, for context, the Saints are 1-6. They're 1-6 because Spencer Rattler is their quarterback. That has a lot to do with it. But yeah, you play who's on your schedule and you play who's in front of you. But there are going to be more difficult games. This schedule that we all thought was a murderer's row is turning out to be the opposite of that. Now, obviously, the Lions schedule is ticking up. We do have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers tonight. I don't know. Should I just release all of these at the same time so that we got them out? Yeah, I'll just do that because I'm recording everything like this is like an hour before the game. So yeah, I'll probably just put them out all at the same time, which is not something that I usually do. But hey, I'll get them out before it's the Monday Night Football game. But anyway, that is what that is. Make sure you hit it up in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Is this an accurate assessment of the Bears? Am I being a homer? Is that what you think? Or am I actually being objective, right? I gave y'all tons of props about your defense, right? So if I was afraid of anything regarding the Chicago Bears, it would be the defense, right? But anyway, it is what it is. Number one, the Motor City Cats R&D back at it. Number two, we came to give you stats, not none of that static. And number three, we want to make sure you keep your Lions and your NFC North news pragmatic. We're out. Peace. What up, though, Lions fans? It's your boy, Motor City Don P here. Listen, if you want to continue keeping your Lions news pragmatic, if you want to keep getting the stats and not none of that static, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share and let everybody know what's going on around here. And turn on your notifications, because how else would you know that we're up in here keeping your Lions news pragmatic? Appreciate you once again, and we are out. Peace.